Ready? Ready, bro? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Up. All the way up. Ready? Shit. Holy fuck. That's some heavy ass weight, man. Huh? Hello, everyone. All right. Because of everything that happened with the flood and everything, I want to just say thank you to everybody. The Vintages family, my friend Alex, Matt Mazingo, Tyler Phillips, Barbara Daniels, Wes Jordan, McCade Reese, Daniel Fredericks, Sarah Britton, Taylor Watson, Brandon Stevenson, Kat Stafford, Amanda Guy, Lance Darnell. Sorry, Deb, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Deb, Chuck Slater, and Garrett Lord. I deeply appreciate it. You know, I'm glad that we're going to get our house retaken care of. That was really hard for us, but we're going to pull through, all right? Anyways, I'm 5'8", weighing in at 250. Justin Slates right here. And I decided to train some chest and some biceps today, like I did in our first video. But I want to show you some more stuff. I was like, oh, geez, Jeff, why am I getting so weak? I couldn't do anything heavy, could I? So I decided to start with bench, and then what did we do? We went to incline. We did those shotgun presses. That's what I call them. And then what else? That bench. What was it? Like thing over there. I can't remember the name of it. And then we did some curls. We did that preacher curl, barbell curl, and that cable bar curl. Yeah.
What are your plans this year, Ben?
Plans this year is definitely to get on stage for nationals. First time qualified, and I'm just proud of the fact that I qualified. That's just awesome right there. And I'm not really looking to, focus on placing it all this year, but just beat who I was last year and keep making improvements. And it's just like this year motivates me so much because it's like the first year finally without having to deal with any medical issues at all. It's like that is amazing.
Oh, man.
Because like last year I didn't really mention it and I didn't really want to talk about it, but last year I did have to, it's like crazy. Like in February I had to get checked for cancer, and that sucked. And it came out benign, and then they were going to schedule me to have a scar tissue removed, and it was supposed to be like in August, but I think it was like a couple weeks from my first comp. And I was just like saying, it's like, you know what, I'm just going to deal with the pain. I was dealing with some pain, and I had to take medicine every week, and I just waited till November 10th to have my surgery. And then after that, from November, I didn't get to train really until January 1st, and I swear I lost everything. And I'm just so proud after 15 weeks on how much I've gained in strength for sure. It's I'm actually shocked on everything I've really accomplished so far. And I still look pretty decent to me.
Yeah. What's your diet like now?
Well, I did something interesting this year that I wanted to do a little test of my own. I wanted to see, I did a 5 weeks, the first 5 weeks. First week was 2,000 calories. Then I went to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. And then I slightly would decrease, and for 5 weeks, I got down to like 3,400. And then again, I did the exact same thing again. And right after that week, I dropped all the way down to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and this week is 6,000. It sucks, but it's like you got to force yourself to eat. And I got to admit, some of the food is a little dirty, but I still measure it out at like 270 grams of fat, still over like 250 grams of protein, close to 600 carbs a day. But, I can't say that's what I hit every single time, but I'm always getting pretty close to that. Because I always want to focus at least getting on the protein that I'm getting in to keep growing. And I noticed doing this, it reduced a lot of cramping. Like, I would lock up after training. I noticed some more, I'm like, trying to eat a little cleaner, not too much bad foods, and that's good, because I swear so many times after I train, it seems like to get rid of that cramping, I'd have to take ibuprofen. I'm like thinking to myself, geez, I'm taking ibuprofen to reduce this. It's like I could just not even be making any gains at all, for all I know. So I didn't do that, and I'm just amazed on the improvements I made within like 2 months. I kind of wish I did that body scan. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's a little fun thing to do. I wish I would have done it January 1st, because that would have determined where I started at and where I ended at. But I think I started January 29th, and it said my muscle mass was at like 116 pounds. And then within 2 months, it went from 116 to 121. And my training this year has been extreme. I've been changing it up. Instead of every 8 weeks of muscle confusion, I went to every 4 weeks. And I could tell that's a difference. And it's been great. I like it a lot. I'm so glad I changed it up and doing this. I can see this year being a really good year on improvement, just based off my training, my dieting, and just basically prep, because last year I looked pretty good. I was actually shocked on how good I looked. I think it could have been the best I've ever looked, but I did 16 weeks prep for it. It made me think, what if I would have done 20? How good would I have looked if I added 4 more weeks in there for that comp? Could have been good, but then again, everything was timed out horrible because of that surgery I had, that biopsy surgery I had in February. So, but I'm just very happy on, put the jokes aside, yes, I'm just happy on how strong I got. Strength has always been like a natural thing to me. And I just looked at it on something I said on Instagram. I was like saying, it's like, I promised myself by April I will get up 500 pounds on bench press. And I was like, I looked at that and I was like, geez, I forgot I posted that. And it was like, wow, it was like I did it, So I'm just proud I did that. I was like, that was good.
Yeah. So North America's right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, you start next week?
I start Monday. Yeah, I'm gonna do Monday. I know like people might think it's crazy, but I'm gonna probably be starting at like maybe, I don't know, 4,700, between 4,500 calories. I mean, it's a pretty big start, but I'll be dropping probably at a slow pace for about 10 weeks. That will probably get down to about maybe 2,800, and then do kind of more of a speed drop that last 10 weeks. But I guess it just depends on how I'm looking, will determine on how much I will drop. But, it's just, sometimes like people can do all like the measuring out body fat percentages, but sometimes it just determines on how you look, really, because that's how I've done it before. So I'm excited this year to just, look better and bigger than I did last year.
Okay. Anyone else you'd like to thank, bud? I know you did the thing through the house.
Yes. I still want to give a shout out to my guy Julian, man. I hope everything's all well. He was talking about possibly being able to go to my comp with me this year. And, that'd be awesome, because it's like, I swear, it's like I look up to him so much. He's like, he knows how to make me stay motivated, even though we haven't talked too much in a while. But, I know he has stuff to do. And one thing is, I want to give a shout out to my guy Joey Hart. He just competed, I think 2 weeks ago. It was the first week in April, so whatever. It wasn't last weekend, was it? Yeah, it might have been last weekend. And he did great. I think he got 3rd overall, and then 2nd in, what is it, novice? Is that what they call it? Novice? He gets 2nd novice. That's great, He just looked really sharp, and, he's finally saying, it's like, hey, maybe I should, try to stay lean this year. And I want to thank, again, my guy, Matt Mazingo, because his brother does a lot of construction work, and they are basically taking over the house, him and his brother, and that's great. I'm just so glad that that's getting solved, and because of everything that's happened this year so far, I'm still glad on how much improvements I've made, even though with all the stress. This year, my goal is probably to start off with like first 5 weeks, maybe just do cardio 3 times a week. And just, I noticed what was good is always go have a last meal at night and then do 20 minutes cardio and then go to sleep. I'll try. You know, so, because it sucks because, you know, I'm just so happy, like, you know, like things are improving with everything on taking all my medicine. You know, that's starting to drop, and the reason why I'm like bringing it up is because like the sleep issues, I swear it can give me insomnia really bad. It's like every month, it's like I get maybe four nights straight. It's like almost impossible sleep. So out of 4 days, maybe I'm getting, I don't know, 8 to 12 hours of sleep. That's it, you know. And it's just such a challenge, you know. I just hate it because it can just set you back, you know. And it's like, I guess one of the side effects is in the medicine is it can make it hard to sleep, but it also makes me think a lot. It just makes me think a lot, and I just start thinking, and I got so much stuff on my mind. And then it's like I remember one night I was like thinking, what are we gonna do next for the house, all that, and I kept on thinking about it. I couldn't even get sleep, you know. It's such a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just glad that, you know, I'd rather have insomnia maybe 3 to 4 times a month versus having 20 to 25 seizures a month. You know, so that's awesome.
Well, good deal, man. We'll definitely do some more videos as it gets closer.
Definitely. Let's just shred down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get locked in, man. So
yeah,
keep us up to how everything goes. And
yeah, I will.